New Age Asiatic thought has become the underlying ideology of postmodern, post-industrial capitalism, because it allows people to participate in the system that's still about domination and aggression while having this inner sense of detachment.
Yeah, I think that's right, but I don't think that's a particularly new thing. These ideas rose up at the time of that Madame Bovary, didn't they? In a time of Jung, mysticism normally happens every time a bit of fin de siècle terror kicks in. What we need to do now is to recognise that these spiritual principles have political ramifications, aka socialism. So, like, you know, like these things have to be materialised and politicised. Yeah, it's no good me being sat around covered in daft tattoos about Jesus and Buddha and then going off and wanking in the back of a limo, although that's exactly what I'm doing when I leave here. But the fact is that these principles need to be materialised. Initially materialised
so that's the question again, is how what do you see? Because there seems to be there's always that gap. Like we see the the Enlightenment realized state that we'd like everybody to be in, and then we have this kind of mess, this quandary that we're in right now. So how do we make those little bridging steps?
I think we attain it within ourselves initially, and we communicate these ideas on a personal level. Spirituality, I can get, as you've just heard, I can be very verbose and loquacious on the topic, but really it just means be nice. It ain't hard, just be nice. You meet a homeless person, be nice. You get into a cab, be nice to the person. Don't see yourself as adversarial. Then the revolution has already occurred. People fear Armageddon, don't they? People fear the apocalypse, don't they? But for some, Armageddon has already occurred. The homeless people that walk our streets live already in a post-apocalyptic world. Armageddon will surely come for each of us, our own personal Armageddon, when each of us die. Isn't it redundant whether everyone simultaneously dies if each of us will individually die? Regardless, Armageddon is coming. So whilst these cataclysmic principles apply on the individual level...
people who think we might be able to extend the human lifespan through biotechnology, merging with machines.
Yeah, that's all cool, man. But what I'm saying is that what we have to do is individually reach like our own personal alignment. We have to do the principles are all there. You know this. The principles are already there. We achieve detachment through meditation. We no longer then we are no once we can achieve enlightenment and once we put our satisfaction beyond our individual needs, we are no longer malleable by the pre-existing system. The system requires us to be a selfish little consumerist pods. Once we go, I ain't that bothered about that. It's easier for me because I've been famous now. I know that's boring. I've been rich now. I know that's boring. I fuck loads of people now. I know that's boring. Took loads of drugs now. No, that's boring. So all that's left is spiritual enlightenment. That's all that's left.
What's the political dimension of like love and sexuality?
What is what, mate?
What's the political dimension of love and sexuality?
Well, I don't think I'm the man to ask, because my previous in that area has not been that good. It's like you don't ask Charles Manson how to run Neighbourhood Watch.
Oh, just let him get into the hills.
Is that an area where you're trying to like up your game?
Yeah, I'm up in it. Yeah, for me, I've got to realise that like I am not a person who can live in will or desire. I have to learn to look only within myself for happiness. I can't let this guy run the show anymore. He's had a good innings.
What do you see your trajectory now? I mean, here you have this massive fame, this huge following, you're like a huge public artist. Like, how do you then use that for these goals that you're discussing?
Someone told me ages ago, and I should have just listened to him then. I met this Swami, he goes, should I become a monk? He went, no, like he didn't want me in the monk gang. Like he said, you'll ruin it for the rest of us. But like, he goes, use what you have for God. Dedicate yourself to God. You know, we don't have to worry about God, just means higher thing, difficult for us to comprehend and ascertain with our limited sensory realm. We cannot understand the ocean of reality in the teacup of the mind.